Okay, this is a little video to show about effects and what you can do with the sound inside of Reverb. This is just a couple of, there isn't really even that much here. You can see I don't even end at exactly the same spot, but it's just a minute and 10 seconds of some improvisation, let's say. And we have drums done off of a VST, in other words, software bass, in this case, Easy Drummer. I picked up the two things that were hanging on the wall closest to me, which is an Ibanez semi-acoustic bass and a 339 semi-hollow body guitar. And the bass was plugged in through a DI box, and the guitar was plugged directly into my converter. So don't expect too much, so let's just play a little bit and see what it sounds like. Nothing major, but we can kind of vamp it up. Now, the first thing you might want to do is solo the drums, and let's hear the drums a little bit. It's just a basic beat. Now if we go to the FX here, and you see Easy Drummer, but what we want to do is actually add a reverb. So we can go under Cognos where you could do all plugins, but you can see I have a lot of plugins, so once you start learning where they are, and we'll go to Reverb. And then you're going to want to add, in this case, a reverb generator. And now, if we go back and start playing, and we can actually increase the room size, and it adds in a little bit of reverb. So it gives a little depth to the drums. So we can close out that. Okay. Now, let's, the bass, don't really need to do too much, but let's go here, and we're going to actually go and put the compressor on it. And we're just going to kind of play with that a little bit, but I'm just doing some basic compression is all. So now we'll take that off, and now we'll move on to the guitar. It's just, there's nothing major on there, but we'll go into FX for that, and in this case we'll actually go up to the JS ones, and we're going to add a little bit of distortion and actually fuzz. So we'll double click on that, we add that in, and let's so now we got a little bit of distortion. We could actually add a few things to that. But now let's play everything together. So you can see just by a few additional things. Now if we wanted to try a chorus instead, and let's see, we'll go into just a basic chorus, and there's no presets, but let's just see what, and we can uncheck the distortion so we'll get a nice clean sound. So it does add something. And we could even add that together. So you can play around with all the different effects, and the reason why this is also important, and one of the most important things to deal with, is that I'm adding these kind of effects that normally would be done externally, usually through pedals, distortion. There's the muff, there's Ibanez has their distortion pedals and their tube screamers, but if you add that in at the time you record, you can't remove it. This way I can take my raw guitar and I can add my effects in to get the sound, and you can shape everything. So by recording without all the effects, sometimes you can achieve your same sound and fine tune it rather than worrying that you're playing with all the effects all set up to begin with. So it gives you some options, and if you decide you don't want distortion, you could put chorus, you could put other effects. The same thing with everything else. So this is just to work on getting your sound, which you may not even have a good distortion pedal, or you may not have a chorus pedal or something, so at least you can still get the sound. And $100 a pedal or up, it's a lot cheaper doing this when they're included with Reverb. So I hope this was helpful.